a period of 3 to 4 years, there has been an emergence and exponential growth of OTT platforms, where in terms of content consumption, we were initially restricted to what was on television, everything having a set schedule and pattern. These OTT platforms created the opportunity for the viewer to watch his or her favorite shows at their own convenience. The reason for the longevity of many classic shows since the 90s, more than their content, was due to the strategically placed timings and the channels on which they were telecast. Many people find that the reason for the longevity and cult-like status of a show like Sex and the City was a lot to do with being placed immediately after Friends on a weekly basis. So many of the fictional or new shows being placed at ideal times when the family sits and relaxes at homes became our only option. Then came in Netflix, a movie library giant which almost got sold to the dead business today, Blockbuster, and revolutionized the content consuming market. If I can only go a few years back as a personal experience, I would feel excited to witness what Netflix had to offer, where in 2015 I could choose from options like Narcos, Stranger Things and Marco Polo, and basically Radhika Apte. The state of the website now is such that it possesses quantity over quality. The website has become more about acquisition and pumping out content like an Apple factory. Understanding this, they have increased their monthly subscription to $13 as well. Even more so with the launch of platforms like Apple Plus, Disney Plus and HBO Max, they are in for some stiff competition in the digital space in the future years to come. I, as a nobody, can give gyan, but it's definitely worrying, especially looking at the ventures that came out this year in India. What was a platform people were consistently excited to log into has only disappointed this year. Let's just get right into it. Chopsticks. I'm a huge fan of Abhay Deol, a Deol family member that I genuinely believe has a natural inclination towards unique scripts and possesses some effortless acting talent. I in no shape or form blame him for the odd choice of doing this film, as everyone jumps to the idea of featuring on a Netflix produced product, but the underwhelming quality of the project was something I could never associate with the global digital content leader. And while Abhay Deol looked disinterested as hell throughout the running minutes, a Mandarin translator finding it tough to cope with the cutthroat competition, an unfortunate event of losing her car, stumbles upon a conman in the form of the artist that can open locks as he knows the way to their heart. He just needs to hear the beats and boom, khulja sim sim. See, the intention of a film like Chopsticks, while having a goat-owning gangster in the form of Vijay Raz, is to showcase bizarre scenarios in a premise with relatable characters, each step of the way getting more and more odd and wacky. But the film never soars to make you feel fully immersed in both the characters or the story. You honestly stop caring. A wacky premise like Delhi Belly of 3 opportunist dimwits running around the streets of Delhi either to something or away from something worked because of its inventive writing, hilarious performances and bizarre but familiar characters. This was the case with the terribly underrated Kalakandi as well. But Chopsticks provided to viewers nothing unique in all those aspects for it to stay in our memories. It released this year and people have already forgotten about it. How is it that such mediocrity was accepted in the platform? As a background, public stared deeply into the camera during a chase sequence. I digress. Let's go further. Drive. I know I've already spoken about the biggest debacle that released in the form of the Dharma Productions film Drive that released on Netflix, but it made me realize the weird turn the digital platform tends to take, which doesn't even make sense from a product or marketing standpoint. So when on September 11th, Karan Johar announced that his company Dharmatic has struck a long-term deal with Netflix to exclusively produce content for the platform, which would range from original films to series, I exactly understood why Drive was released in the platform in the first place. Back in the day when it came to movies that were turning out to be the way the creators had not envisioned, you would hear one thing, that the film has been shelved. Now, however, creators have an avenue to dump garbage as well. So in the editing table, पे अगर लग रहा हो कि कंटिन्यूटी इश्यूज हैं, सीजी थोड़ा ऑफ लग रहा है, स्टोरी कुछ खास नहीं है, rather than even thinking about taking the risk of a theatrical release, which will lead to humongous losses, they tend to divert the attention to OTT platforms to at least salvage a little money, something that they would have surely not made with a full theatrical release. This is the same case that happened with Brij Mohan Amar Rahe, a movie that was definitely not complete in its form but just haphazardly released on the platform. Karan Johar, capitalizing on the long-term deal that he had with Netflix, literally just dumped Drive there. None of the actors actually promoted the film, and it's pretty obvious why. Hot trash is an understatement when it came to this film. Now finally, coming to this week. House Arrest. If you want to see a movie which comes across as a flamenco commercial and a filter copy short film, then House Arrest is exactly that. The film's execution is exactly like Netflix's first venture this year in the form of Chopsticks. Showcase a talented cast in the form of Ali Fazal, Jim Sarb and Shreya, present a bizarre premise with an effort of portraying relatable characters, and the intention to writing a hilarious script but more or less ending up we're doing what all Indian Netflix films have done this year. Disappoint. See, there's nothing particularly wrong about House Arrest, but there isn't anything particularly right about it either. It focuses on a condition called hikikomori, a Japanese lifestyle present in mostly men, in which individuals choose to live in complete social isolation. Shreya interviews Ali on wanting to know about his experience, as he has been in the house for the past 9 months. What is annoying about the film is that rather than being genuinely funny in its writing or the bizarre situations in which Fazal finds himself in, it presents jarringly over-the-top caricatures and some tone-deaf and dated writing. Barkha Singh plays the privileged daddy's girl from Delhi, a character that has been played way too many times in Hindi cinema. Rather than being genuine, it's just gimmicky. And similarly, Jim Sarb as the quintessential Delhi douchebag. The talented actor is terribly miscast in this film. To top it all, a boring 8-foot bodyguard and a man that just knows how to shout. The writing is its worst quality, as Barkha Singh is dropping a mysterious package to which Ali is incessantly saying no to keeping. She says, "इसलिए तो मैंने बोला था, sex कर लेते हैं." Jim Sarb, upon telling Ali that he gave his address to a journalist for an interview, he says, अरे मैं अबला नारी भेज रहा हूँ तेरे घर के सामने और तुझे इतनी प्रॉब्लम? Despite being more or less set in the apartment throughout its running minutes, the film provides for boredom rather than you enjoying the twists and turns ahead. A movie like Bheja Fry, despite having its one apartment setting, was effective due to its characters and hilarious writing. Even a caricature like Vinay Pathak, due to the genuine portrayal of a naive yet pure-hearted Bharat Bhushan, became a fan favorite. The film does not possess the same charm and memorability at all. House Arrest never convinces you to care, and honestly was another underwhelming venture by Netflix that was highly forgettable. In many ways, I feel the digital platform has become a dumping ground for films that are present in the back burners of production companies, providing them an avenue just to sell a product rather than spend time to curate genuinely engaging content. With the increase in competition in the coming months, hopefully 2020 is going to be much more exciting with respect to the projects produced by a platform we were so keen to tune in every week. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you think about the current state of content being produced in Netflix India. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.